Hi, how are you? How are you? Oh, thank you. Girl, I don't know. In this moment, I think is the way that I've been asking people, how are you? Like, how are you right now? So we can do that for the next 10 minutes. We'll just go one by one. I didn't prepare anything. I do want to start off by saying that just before this was an intermission. I was like, great, I'll have time to run downstairs and just fix my lipstick because I've had 1.5 glasses of wine. And there's this white mark that kept showing up in the crotch area of my pants, which I just bought today. And I was like, that's not nice. Let me use a little bit of water to get that out. It was a lot of water that came out. And so I'll be wearing my sweatshirt a little further down than was planned. But know that I got these pants today from a store called Muji. You may be familiar with them, yeah. I really like Muji's clothes, especially their pants, because they are kind of like the pants that I started making for myself. They're very wide, they're very comfortable, and once you start wearing comfortable, wide pants, it's really difficult to go back to leg prisons, as I call all other pants. You feel them on your legs. It's not great. I love being free and wide, and I've gotten a lot of comments from strangers on the street being like, you look so comfortable. I'm like, I fucking am. Thank you. Life wasn't always like this. I bring up the pants to say that I want to talk about fashion a little bit today and how that affects the great world spinning. I thought initially when given this topic and was invited to the show, I was like, what if I just did a flat earth prank for 12 minutes? And it was like, the great world spinning, but how could it? Thank you, one person, for being really involved with flat earth conspiracies. And then I thought, the great world, is it really right now? Is that what we're calling it? Because it doesn't feel so great. It's definitely spinning while it's on fire. And the fire is coming out and jumping in my eyes every 2 seconds. I don't want it to, but it's a lot. And then I figured out what the great world really meant. And I didn't know which experience to talk about, but I've recently had one, so I want to tell you about a trip I had recently to Portland. I have had some trepidation around traveling lately, for no reason at all. I happen to fall under all of the bingo categories that are on the list, which is fantastic for me. And I just renewed my passport for another 10 years, just in case I gotta go in the middle of the night. And my original name, Grae, is just my stage name. My last name is Ibrahim. My first name is Sidi, which is spelled with a T and is very difficult for a lot of people to understand. It's a Muslim last name, even though I'm not Muslim, because my dad converted to Islam and had my whole family, we all changed our names. So an immigrant from South Africa with a Muslim name, I'm having a great time, I love it. But I was really excited. I like traveling. I love going to Portland. It's been a long time since I've been there. I was going to do a public radio show, and I was like, great. I love all of those things. I get to sit down. Someone's going to ask me questions. I like to just talk about stuff with no prep. And I want to look fabulous when I'm on the stage. Maybe I'll find something to wear in Portland. It's Portland, goddammit. So I got to the airport, and I was checking in. And an attendant came over as I was trying to not check into that check-in screen. I hate that thing. And he said, where are you going? He's like, where are you going today? Are you going to London? Are you going to Lisbon? I was like, thank you so much. I am not going to Lisbon or to London today, but I am considering it now that you've brought it up. We could just do that. I feel like Portland would be fine. And I said, no. And I said, is it because I just gave you my passport? And he said, no. Your outfit looks very international. Thank you. And you know, I'm already getting to the airport nervous. I'm not looking forward to this. I'm not looking forward to security. And I was like, oh. And he was like, that's why I was saying that. You look like you might be going to Lisbon. He was like, you're wearing all black. You look very chic. And I was like, this is not the airport experience I've been hearing about. Okay. By the time I got to the security, I was kind of feeling myself. I am someone who likes to go through security quickly. I pride myself on traveling like, there's a lot of white people in this room. Let's see if this goes over. Like Eric Benet in the 90s. Eric Benet wore a lot of linen and things that didn't have zippers or metal on it. So when I go through the airport, I go through quickly. But I'm a little nervous when I get to the security and have to hand over my passport. I don't know why. I'm just ready for something to happen. I'm ready for someone to come take me into another room, to have an alternate conversation, and also because I have no filter or no chill. I'm also worried about how I'm going to respond. But that didn't happen. But the man did say, this is such a beautiful name. I was like, what's going on here? Is this some sort of trap? He then held up the line for about 5 minutes, talking to me about his trips to South Africa, to Pretoria, and how my name was just so fantastic. I felt very bad for everybody else in the line, but I was like, I'm going to take this one. Upon getting to Portland, the day before the show was lovely. The day of the show, I was going to sign some books at Powell's and some other bookstores. I was like, let me run around town, and I was walking past this store. It didn't quite look like a store. It was just a storefront. On the top of it said, stand-up comedy. I was like, what is this? Because I like an adventure. And in the storefront windows, they were just jean sculptures, very wide leg, jean sculptures. And again, as a person named Jean, who has done stand-up comedy and likes to see weird shit, I was like, is this a trap? Is this like one of those Adam Sandler storefronts where he's gonna go in and get some item and everything's gonna be magical afterwards? I gotta go in. So I went in, and it turned out to be this amazing clothing store. One-of-a-kind designers, some archive pieces. And I'm looking around, and the woman is lovely. But I stepped in and immediately was like, what is this place? And is it for me? Did you make this for me? And she was like, I'm pretty sure not. I don't know who you are. I checked the price tag of a suit jacket and a vest that I really wanted to buy. And if I had an accountant, that accountant would say, this is not a wise investment. But I do not have an accountant. And so fashion seemed like the right choice at the time. I purchased this suit and vest. And I always carry an extra book with me. And right after I paid for it, I put the book down on the desk. And she said, oh, fantastic. Is this book about Jean Grae? And I said, bitch, I am Jean Grae. And she said, you are the soundtrack to my college years. And we hugged, and we're in there, and she ran to get a free thing. I was like, yes. What a fantastic connection. The rest of the day kind of went the same. And I was still kind of riding off the you look international energy. You know, to follow the path, to go into the weird, magical place. Everyone I talked to at the show that night was like, what is this outfit you're wearing? And I was like, I know. Let me tell you, it's magical. But it felt good in Portland to go on a Portland stage, be like, I just got this today in Portland. That's nice. People like that, you know what I'm saying. It sparked so much conversation with everyone that night. I went into a restaurant. The woman and I ended up, the hostess and I ended up hugging. I accidentally left without paying for my meal. I ran back when I realized, and she said, no, go ahead. That's right. That night, when I came back from the show at the hotel front desk, everyone was like, what is this? Where did you get this? Also, who are you? The idea is that although fashion seems like something very trivial to be thinking about in these times, it's not. Because the idea of the great world spinning is that it's going to keep rotating, right? But the great world, the really great world, is me. I'm the great world. I need to keep spinning. You need to keep spinning. Even in those times when we're like, is the thing about a suit jacket or a pair of pants that I need to talk to someone about? Maybe it is. It may be the idea is that we all need to see each other so authentically, being so expansive and wide and free all the time in the midst of this world being on fire. Thank you.